Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Deep Tech Atelier. Yeah! Welcome everybody on the Deep Tech stage. In my mind, the main stage of Deep Tech Atelier. We're happy to see you all here, and what a kickoff we had in the morning. We learned about the space tech and trends, and we talked about a very serious topic, our mindset and us as a central piece in the deep tech startup world. I hope you had the chance to catch that. If not, we're recording everything and you will be able to hear and see what we talked about in the morning. But right now, we're kicking off the deep tech stage. And before we start, I want to introduce something new. I want you to communicate with us, and we can do that with the help of the Slido platform. Slido, whatever way you pronounce that, it's easy. Slido.com. You can scan the QR code that is on the screen, and I will give you time to set up your devices because I want you to send in your questions already during the presentations and the panel discussions that we are going to have here, and I'm going to help the moderators on the stage to navigate all of your questions. So this is the QR code. If you can't scan it, there's a second way. Go to slido.com. And there is the code beneath. I'll read it out for you. 6868005. That's easy. 6868005. You can write and type that into slido.com. And that's the way we're going to exchange questions. I really, really hope that you're going to send questions for me because I'm just a tech enthusiast. You are the professionals. You are the ones who want to learn something new. So I hope that you do that. And please, there are some empty seats right here. Don't hesitate by the door. Please do come in. Hello, sir. We've been waiting for you. There are empty seats right here, so please join us now. So we're going to work hard until 5 o'clock, panel discussions, presentations, and at 6 o'clock, I invite you all to the dinner. It's on us. Dinner on us. You're going to network. There's going to be food, drinks. It's going to be a lovely time. But before we party hard, we have to work hard. And I would like to welcome back on the stage a man that you saw in the first panel, but he deserves a very special welcoming on the stage because he's quite the experienced professional in the field of deep tech. He has led teams to discover and capitalize on new materials, new processes, and programs that have already delivered him 20 patents himself. He's quite the inventor, quite the innovative spirit. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Welcoming back on the stage from Sherwin-Williams, Mark Schubert. Mark, welcome back. Lovely to see you again.
Thank you for the very kind introduction.
Oh, the stage is yours. I've been looking forward to your presentation.
Great, thank you.
There you go, sir.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here and to be invited to participate in this extremely special event and to share the stage with so many creative and innovative people. Before I get into what we do at Sherwin-Williams for external innovation and what we call our innovation scouting process, I want to give you some perspective. I'm coming from the perspective, obviously, of industry, and Anton's talked about that this morning, the different perspectives and places we all come from. And my audience for this is primarily the startups yourself, so that you can better understand who we are as Sherwin-Williams and then more effectively work together as we hopefully take some of your innovations and bring them to the marketplace. So let's get to it. Who is Sherwin-Williams? And if you're not from North America, it's probably not a name that's common. Sherwin-Williams is an old company. We're a US-based company, founded in 1866 by these two gentlemen in Cleveland, Ohio, and that is still where we have our headquarters today. And we are a paint and coatings company and all the associated products that you might think of when you think of painting. We're a big company, as you can see from these numbers. We have over 64,000 employees worldwide who manufacture, distribute, and sell our products. We do so through many industry-leading brands, as you see some of them here. We're a global company. We have a presence on 5 continents. We're primarily known in North and South America due to the presence of our over 5,000 retail stores. So if you are in North America, you've seen one of our stores. It's almost hard to not see them. We work in 3 main groups: a paint stores group, a performance coatings group, and a consumer brands group. The paint stores group and the consumer brands group sell primarily directly to consumers, where the industrial group is a B2B business. In that business are a lot of business units, and I want to give an example of a couple iconic structures that our coatings there protect, like the Shard in London and the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. So if you know us as the paint store company down the street in the United States, we are a global company that coats a lot of things. Sherwin-Williams is innovative, and innovation drives us, and it has for a long time. We have a history of legacy of innovation. It's customer-inspired innovation through technology-driven solutions. We have over 2,300 employees in R&D around the world, and those employees have created over 2,200 active patents globally. The average experience level for any one of those employees is over 10 years. So we have a lot of experience in our R&D organization that's delivered through the patent numbers you see here. So how do we keep the pipeline of innovation flowing? This is our process. We start with the customers, what our customers need, and we categorize those needs into 5 primary buckets. First being maintenance and durability and visual appearance. That's how we protect, and that's how we beautify the products that our customers coat with our products. And it's integrated with sustainability. The better we protect our customers' products, the more sustainable we all are, because those products last longer. Custom solutions is very important to us, especially in our industrial business. And then the painting process is, how do we make it easier for our customers to use our products, the application process that they have to go through to apply our coatings and paints. We innovate in various ways on the front end, create concepts, and through rigorous experimentation, we assess them, we develop them, and then we commercialize them. Those that are done well are going to make the best impact on the market. So this is overall, high level, the process that we go through, a stage gate process to develop new products. Speaking of our products, I want to take just a minute and show you something that actually is the technology inside the can. We like to say jokingly that paint is just glue and rocks. Glue being binders of various polymeric compounds, and rocks being the pigments that provides the color. We add solvents or water, depending on the type of technology, to make it easier for our customers to use our coatings. And then lots of additives are used to really boost performance in specific ways depending on the application. But I want to take something that is kind of an iconic joke about being bored watching paint dry, right? So you've all probably experienced painting in your home or apartment with a water-based latex paint, and then you wait for the paint to dry, and that's the most boring thing you could imagine. To a paint chemist, there's some amazing things happening there. And to explain this, think about what we are asking those compounds, those binders and pigments and additives to do. We're asking them to go inside a can like this in our factory, sit there for up to a 3-year shelf life, and be happy about sitting in water. I like water. I'll be here as long as you want me to be. I love it here. And then you put that product on your wall, the water goes away. Now what? You don't want it to like water anymore. How is it that you can wash your wall and the paint not come off? It just was in water. The chemistry and physics behind that is far from boring and very high tech. And we continue to develop in those sort of areas. So why am I here? I'm here to scout. That's innovation scouting, right? I'm looking for innovations to needs that we've already identified. We have an internal process that I'll describe here in a little bit, how we go about doing that. But I've already experienced this morning, haven't I, Rachel? Where I've come to expect the unexpected at events like this. Even though I come with certain needs in mind, just through interacting with folks like yourself, I come away with some of the most valuable gems that are the unexpected gems. So I want to explain to you a little bit under the hood. How do we go about our external innovation process? Is some of the industry best practices we believe are in this process. So if you think about innovation in categories, there's categories of sources of innovation and needs of innovation. Sources are our internal staff, those 2,300 plus employees, right? that are working hard every day, a lot of their work with existing suppliers. As the largest paint and coatings company in the world, guess what? A lot of the chemistry and material companies around the world are attracted to us, and we work with them already. New SMEs, and by that I mean small and medium-sized enterprises, those companies that don't know that we exist and vice versa. University research, sponsored research, and then spin-offs and startups of various types and flavors. Internally, we focus on needs related to new chemistries and materials, that physics I just told you about paint drying. Microbiology is an issue that most people don't think of when it comes to our products because microbes like to eat our paint in the can, and so how can we prevent that from happening? Digital and IT solutions is another area that we scout for proactively, and so are advanced manufacturing methods, how we make our products in our factories. The group I lead sits in between. We're a connector, we're a dating service, we're a matchmaker. But we're connecting not the work that's already going on with existing suppliers. We're not getting in the way of that. We're looking for new small and medium-sized enterprises at the universities and the startups, and connecting them by knowing what the needs are so that we don't get lost in what we call shiny object syndrome. Like, oh, that looks cool, that looks cool, that looks cool, and you lose focus. So we focus on what we know we need, allows us to go find a solution by talking to those sources on the left. But you're going to see this theme come up, paying attention. Because when we are doing this and we pay attention, we find the hidden gems that we didn't know existed. Our global innovation scouting team, if we begin to develop a relationship with you, we will be your advocate inside Sherwin-Williams. We want to promote you internally, and because we're such a large organization with so many, just in R&D, over 2,300 people, you may need to repeat your introduction. Hopefully not 2,300 times, but more likely than not, 2 or 3 times. So it's going to take time to find the right group. We're looking for proof of concept. I'm going to explain a little bit more about our philosophy of this, but getting to proof of concept is important because we want to grow you up to be our supplier. It's, I think, a goal that we both would be interested in. We have multiple mechanisms for doing that because a company of our size needs solutions that can scale to high volumes. So one of the struggles we typically have with startups is, oh, I can give you a little vial of this and see if is that a proof of concept? Well, depending on the situation, maybe, but we want to scale. And we keep a database because we've been doing this for 15 years. And so you're going to get put into our database, so don't be surprised if we don't call you now. Maybe we'll call you later. This is my last slide of real content. I wanted to take a moment to talk about the philosophy of how we go about fostering innovation. Internally, I'm probably not using the term in its strict definition of the word, but we want to encourage entrepreneurs. We have programs that people can submit ideas and then be given time carved out so they can pursue their ideas in a space that gives them permission to fail. All we ask is that learn something, right? So in that environment, we want to nurture leads that we bring in from outside Sherwin-Williams that we get to know about at events like this. We found that connections are not enough. I said we're a matchmaker. Well, it's not just an introduction that we need to make, but we need to nurture that relationship with the external entity and the internal team that needs to then develop that technology and make it come to fruition. That's why we need to show them. If you put yourself in the position of that internal scientist or team that's been working on a project for a couple years, and they have their favorite 1 or 2 pathways that they're going to crack that nut. And then if we just throw something over the wall and say, hey, I heard about this startup, why don't you try this? They're much more likely to actually work on it if we hold their hand and nurture that connection and show them how it is valuable to them. So we have people in my department that help do that. We love to develop partnerships, university, government, industry. By industry, I mean inside Sherwin-Williams. We need to find champions, the scientists in our company that can work with a university partner, and we have a guy on my team that is expert at developing these situations out of becoming aware of government funding opportunities, and he's really good at doing that. And we've had the most success from those when we find a situation where there's a startup or a spin-off from that relationship to really execute, delivering that product to the marketplace. And finally, I'll leave you with we want to put ourselves and my team in places of increased interactions, high-frequency interactions. Events like this are emblematic of that. We want to put ourselves in a way of meeting really good people. It's all about finding the right people and developing the right relationships. And what I've come to find, and was proven out already today, is when I come to events like this to expect the unexpected. And with that, I hope to meet many of you over the next couple of days so I can continue to find more unexpected gems. And I thank you for your attention.
We have 2 questions in the Slido platform. First of all, who are the people behind innovations in the paint sector? To quote the person that sent this question, in a world where there are too much product, too much paint. What's your answer to that? Who are the people behind innovations?
It's a partnership between our marketing people and our technical people. The marketing people are the ones that are providing us technical people with our voice of customer, right? They're interpreting that.
Gathering info from your customers.
They're doing the studies to understand what our customers need. They interpret that, and we partner with them, and together we develop those new products.
I saw that you are working with startups looking for innovations. So this second question is a good one. What are you, as Sherwin-Williams, looking into a startup? What do you want to see? What do you want to find? Maybe some characteristics that prove that they're worthy of, as it's stated here, to sign a memorandum of understanding with Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah.
What is it you are looking for?
Good question. It's really important that we have a roadmap to commercialization. We often get startups that have something in a university lab that they've written a paper on, and it's good science and good technology. And then we say, okay, that might be useful if you can get it to the right value proposition, the right cost-performance proposition. What's your roadmap for getting to that point? Not that you have to prove that roadmap, but at least you've thought it through. That's a starting point.
And that's a hard part for a scientist, because he's thinking in scientific terms, not seeing how to market that thing, and that's where I guess all the business people come in, right?
That's very, very helpful. The entrepreneurs who have that mindset. It's also it can be a conversation, because if they have a technology that looks very interesting, we may know of mechanisms that I referred to on one of my slides of how to scale that up and how to develop a roadmap. So we can help the startup develop that type of roadmap, but it's got to take that relationship to do so.
Well, excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Schubert from a company that glues rocks to the wall. Sherwin-Williams. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.